Folks, thanks for tuning in. This is Billy with CSS Finances, where we talk about everything personal financial management. So I've got a great stupid joke of the day for you today, and that is, why is baseball stadium always cold? Because it's full of fans. It's great, huh? Today we're going to be talking about common arguments against budgeting and why you should budget anyway. I mean, it's so easy to make an excuse or a reason to not budget. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through several different very common reasons why somebody might argue against budgeting, and then we're going to talk about why you should do it anyway. Most of the reasons are going to revolve around one specific thing. You'll see as we start talking about it and looking at the presentation that I have prepared for you. So let's go ahead and head on over to my desktop, where we're going to take a look at the different arguments against budgeting and why you should do it anyway. All right, here we are. We're taking a look at the presentation now for arguments against budgeting, why we're going to budget anyway. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first one here, where I have no willpower or discipline. Okay, this is a very common one. Okay, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot that I can do physically to help with this issue. This is one of those things where you have to make the decision to move forward with it. It needs to be done. I mean, look at the end result of what you're going to be doing by exerting that little bit of willpower, and that is taking control of your money and setting yourself up for your financial future. These are huge things and reasons in itself to overcome your problems that you might be having with willpower or discipline. I mean, with any goal that you're setting, there are going to be obstacles mentally that are preventing you from being able to fulfill your dreams. Okay, athletes run into it. Entrepreneurs run into the problem with great, big businessmen. They run into problems with their business that they may mentally break them down, but they don't succeed by giving up. They push forward. Okay, this is a huge step. And getting past that block in your mind that tells you, no, I just can't do it. Sit down, make the decision to do it. Check out some of my other videos where we talk about the benefits for budgeting, especially. And then in the future, we'll be talking about actually creating a budget. You'll see that not a whole lot of work is involved. And once you pass the initial real push to getting it started, the rest of it just kind of flows into place. Okay, so give it a try. It's worth it. Another argument you'll see is I make enough money to cover expenses and spending. That's great. The problem is, what about saving? And you're going to find that much of what we're looking at when we talk about the arguments against budgeting are going to be focused on the reason of saving. Saving is incredibly important for multiple reasons. You've got retirement. You've got reinvestment of your money working for you to make more money. I mean, that's a big deal in itself. Having an emergency fund in place. Saving for all kinds of different things that you're going to need throughout your life, whether it's a home or a wedding or college or these kind of things. Saving's always important. Okay, and so maybe you make enough to cover expenses and spending, but are you putting money back in order to prepare for future? And that's where this is. I am debt free. This is another argument against budgeting, and actually it's a really good one because being debt free is a huge accomplishment, especially if you've never been in debt to begin with. Staying out of debt is one of the hardest things for anybody to do. I was looking at numbers the other day, and I believe the percentage of the population in the United States that's got debt is somewhere around 78%. That means only 22% of the population in the United States, approximately, is debt-free. So that means if you're one of those 22%, you are definitely in the minority of people who do not have some form of debt. However, I'm going to reiterate the same thing as we did looking at the last slide, and that is saving. Saving is important. Retirement. Okay, one of the biggest things that you're going to run into in the future is the loss of Social Security. whether those benefits get smaller as time goes by or Social Security goes away altogether. It's not looking good. As a matter of fact, it's looking quite grim with Social Security. Be prepared. Social Security is never enough to take care of an individual on their own. So even if there is no loss of benefits in the future for Social Security, it's still not enough. You're going to need personal savings as well, whether that's done through your employer, through your own accounts that you set up, like IRAs and such, or saving, reinvesting, all of these things. This is preparation for the future, and it's a good reason. I don't want anything. Okay, that's kind of a bold statement to say that I don't want anything. Okay, but again, even if you don't want anything, saving is key. Noticing a theme here? Saving, 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 saving. So many reasons to save money. So even not wanting anything isn't reason enough not to budget. Math is an issue. Okay, again, this is a legitimate issue. Okay, anybody who's math challenged will find that once they start getting presented with those numbers, that things start getting incredibly confusing. They're not sure if things are adding up right or any of the factors are happening correctly that they're wanting to happen. That's why we do everything on spreadsheets. Okay, so even if you don't have Excel, which costs money, there are spreadsheet applications out there that are free. Okay, I'll leave a link in the description for an application that you use for free. Stay tuned for future videos where I show you actually how to set these up. Okay, I'm not leaving you out there high and dry to figure this out on your own, because if you're math challenged, you're not going to jump into a spreadsheet and just start plugging away and hoping things turn out right. That's not how it works. I'm going to walk you through the rest of the way. Okay, so make sure you're hitting that subscribe so that you get those notifications as to when I release new videos on how to create your budget spreadsheets. I don't need to save. Okay, that is, okay, just straight up, undoubtedly an incorrect statement. Okay, everybody needs to save. There's so many different things to think about when saving, and not just, I'm putting money in a bank. There's always a reason to save. And let's look at some of the reasons that I have listed here. And this is just a short list, okay? Retirement, okay? You don't want to work every day for the rest of your life. You want to retire at some point. In order to retire, especially with medical technology and science advancements, people are living longer and longer every day. You want to make sure that you're set up with enough money at retirement to be able to live comfortably, okay? So retirement's a big thing. Emergency fund. Okay, this is another big topic, okay, that I'm going to be doing a future video on, and that is having enough of an emergency fund to cover major expenses in your home. Okay, now generally it's suggested that you have at least $1,000, but it goes a lot deeper than that. Okay. Stay tuned for future videos where I explore the emergency fund and how you need to build it. Okay, what about vacations? Vacations aren't cheap. You need to save for those as well. Most people just can't get their normal paycheck and decide, okay, I'm going on vacation. They usually need to prepare for it. Home, okay? Your home, your down payment for your home's going to be a significant amount of money, and unless you're borrowing money just to do the down payment in order to have a mortgage, then it's best to save and prepare for your home. And that includes things like car, wedding, education. All of those need prior preparation, okay? And this is done through saving. Also, even if you don't have any of the before listed things that I mentioned there, you can always reinvest the money that you save and start having your money making money for you. This is a huge step towards financial freedom, okay? Because when you start having your money make money for you, you now start treading towards what's called wealthy, okay? Because that's exactly how people get wealthy, is their money makes money for them. And that's ultimately what we want to do. And then last but not least, even if you don't want to do any of the other ones beforehand, you can always start your own business. I mean, who doesn't want to work for themselves? So keep all of these things in mind. Even if you feel like you don't need to save, there's always a reason to save money. And the last slide here, I don't know what my needs versus wants are. This is a very common uh, misunderstanding as to what needs are versus wants. Simply put, a need is something you cannot survive without. Okay, but I know that doesn't explain it fully and in depth, so I'm going to leave a link down in the description for an article that I wrote that goes into much more detail as to identifying your needs versus your wants. That will help you get past the first step of getting ready to start your budget. So make sure you check that out. You'll find that link down in the description. Well, there you have it, folks. We just took a look at several different reasons that somebody might argue against budgeting and talked about the reasons why you should budget anyway. Hope you enjoyed the presentation today and the discussion. If you have any additional things you want to add to this video, please make sure you leave a comment. Also, be sure you're following us on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe for future videos. We take a look at everything that's personal financial management. We've got a lot coming up here real soon where we're going to be taking a look at actual creating budget spreadsheets, so make sure you don't miss out on that. That's it for now. Have a great day.